Kevin Durant entered rare air, moving past Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list. Here's how it went down in H-Town for KD and company, taking on the Heat. We'll start late in the first quarter. Tyler 3. 5 minutes left in the second. Durant gets the ball at the top, cuts, hits the jumper. Inching closer. 2 minutes later, Thompson to Durant.
How many of those points have been on mid-range shots just like that? So many.
Under 5 minutes left in the fourth. Corner 3 for KD. One score away now. A minute later, Shepherd kicks it to Durant. Fontecchio, what are you doing? Durant hits the bucket there. Surpasses Michael Jordan, 5th on the all-time scoring list. Durant, 769, 25-point game of his career, also tying MJ. Back to the game here. Rockets trail by 1. Watch this. KD throws one up. Amen Thompson with the putback. And the game winner for the Rockets.
They needed that.
A historic night for Durant, beating the Heat by 1. Here's KD after the game. KD with Vanessa Richardson on Rockets TV. So now, top 5 scorer in NBA history for KD. What's next on the list? Kobe Bryant. Durant is 1,350 points away from passing Bryant for number 4 on the all-time list. So, Mark, what's your reaction to KD?
I had the pleasure of watching this guy close up for 3 years in Golden State, and I don't know that I've seen a more talented offensive player in this league. If he misses, it's not because you play great defense. It's his fault. He just missed.
Yeah.
You know, he's like a ballet dancer. He's just so smooth. The dude's 7 feet tall, shooting in the post, shoots threes, skilled. I want to know who was like his original coach who told him to do all these things at his height. Shout out to him. Maybe it's his pops. But it's been a joy to watch everything he does with such ease.
I mean, you said it. He's a 7-footer. I don't think he's listed at 7 feet.
No,
but
purposely.
Well, he doesn't want to be listed.
And that's the thing that always jumped out at me. Is like I would stand there and watch him, and he'd stand next to a guy who's listed at 7 feet. I was like, they're the same height, but he's not playing like the other guy. He's playing like a guard, and I think he's the first one of these players, 7 feet tall, can score in the mid-range, has guard skills, 3-point shooting. I mean, he's been around a long time, and I know he named Porzingis the unicorn, but I think he was the original unicorn here with this skill set. And where would he be on this list if he hadn't missed so much time due to injury?
For sure, he'd be higher. He'd be at least surpass Kobe at this point, one would assume. Tim, the internet is not a kind place, right? And there's a lot of takes, and Kevin gets involved in some of those takes.
Oh, does he have Wi-Fi?
He gets involved in some of those takes. But I will say this. I do believe the internet has this wrong. To me, he's underappreciated considering how good a talent he's been as an individual scorer and what he's been able to accomplish.
I think Kevin Durant would do himself a service not to worry about that discourse, which he's done over the course of his career, including, honestly, this week after they blew out the Hawks. It had been a rough stretch for the Rockets. He comes in there and he asks the media, hey, how are the vibes? How is the body language? Basically, I hear it. But listen, KD talking hoops. Love this guy talking hoops. Oh, yeah. Monday night, they have a terrible performance offensively against the Lakers. And he comes in and basically says, me having the ball in my hands at the top of the floor in crunch time isn't working. Got to do something else. Maybe I need to stand in the corner and space the floor. Well, what do you see here? He's standing in the corner. He's spacing the floor. The biggest development that happened for the Rockets this week, this is history. The biggest development for the Rockets this season, Ime Udoka inserted Reed Shepherd into the starting lineup. Okay, that's given them that offensive boost they've needed. And what happens at the end of that game there? You've got Reed Shepherd initiating, finding KD twice for clutch corner threes. They're going to ride Reed Shepherd for a while here and see if that's the way they should go moving into the playoffs.
All right, well, we'll see. The West playoffs are pretty jumbled up still. The Lakers have separated themselves from the 3 seed, but that 4 through 6 is...
We know they can score with the best of any of them, but it's always been the defense at the Lakers. They certainly tune that up. If they can do that, is it enough to catch the Spurs and Thunder in the playoffs? We'll find out soon enough. Speaking of the Thunder, Jalen Williams is back. Oklahoma City, 11-game winning streak of their own. Williams missed 16 games with an injury, so now you've already got the best team in the league getting better. How might his return impact the top seed out west?
Well, I like the Thunder and what they're doing without J-Dub, right? Not to say that I like the team without him, but what they're doing without him is showing and, just making sure that the whole league knows you got to be 10 deep. this league changed when Boston won a couple years ago, showing us that you have to have a bench, and you have to have a bench that can switch up pace a little bit and also make sure that the game never drops off in competition. I think the Thunder are as good as anybody in their plug-and-play situations. I think it's given J-Dub more than enough time to get healthy, make sure not only is that hamstring healthy, but make sure that wrist is healthy from last year, because they're going to need him come to playoffs and when you need to close games out. But I don't think that the Thunder are worried about anything as long as they have the ball in SGA's hands toward the end.
That's right. We're talking about the Lakers, the 9-game winning streak, but here's SGA and OKC quietly an 11-game winning streak, again, flying under the radars, the defending champ and best team in the league. We'll see what happens come postseason time. Amon Shumpert with us. Amon, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're down to 16 teams. The first weekend of the tournament had a little bit of everything. Upsets, buzzer beaters, and plenty of surprises. And now the Sweet 16 is set. We will be without last year's champion in the Florida Gators, who fell to 9-seed at Iowa last night. This marks the 8th time in the last 9 tournaments in which the reigning champ has failed to reach the Sweet 16. With 11-seed Texas's upset against Gonzaga, it marks the 18th straight tournament in which a double-digit seed has reached the Sweet 16, and the Longhorns' 11th win as a double-digit seed, the most since 1979. This year's champion is also guaranteed to be from a major conference. Since 1975, this is the second fewest conferences represented, with the Major 5 having teams included. The Big Ten leads the way with 6 teams. All right, our college basketball analyst Seth Greenberg is live here in studio with us, and the Hawkeyes played spoilers to the Gators' dreams of repeating as champions. Fulgaris with a clutch 3, 4.5 seconds left on the clock. Coach, what went wrong for the Gators down the stretch?
It started right from the beginning, right? There's 8 seconds left in the game right now. And right here, you've got a man on the ball right there, right? And that's Alex Condon. Now, look, there's no long pass. We're not worrying about the long pass. Right now, you've got to make sure the ball, you force the ball to be caught in front and then contain the basketball. So watch. This play is going to start up. You're going to see he starts right here. He's going to make this little Iverson shallow cut. But you're going to see Boogie Flan. He's already trailing this play. All of a sudden, right there, play is absolutely over, because what happens is Sturts is going to catch this on the run, and when he